Personal. Any of you guys out there ever had a woman say something during the middle of sex that you just didn't want to hear? Alright, back in my early 20s, I'm in the middle of it, right? First time with this girl. She looks up at me, dead in the eyes, and she says, "You know, if you don't call me again, I'll cut your dick off, right?" Yeah. Alright, so two things are going to happen. Either you're going to go limp real quick, or you're going to keep going for the time being. I'm a man, so I did the latter, of course. Alright? But by the time we were done, I was like, "You need a wake-up call, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m.? What time you need?" Because, folks, I didn't forget about Lorena Bobbitt, alright? And I didn't know if there was some fan website out there, and I was not going to have my Johnson as pick of the week. Alright, so as you heard, my name is Ryan, and what you didn't hear is I'm a former sex addict. Yeah, I found this out some years back. My fiance had come to the conclusion that apparently I wanted sex too much. And I got to the point where I was actually looking online for sex addict classes or, meetings, SAA, if you're a member. And I never ended up going to one because I was in the middle of BFE, Texas, so I couldn't find one close enough. After time passed, I think back sometimes if I would have went to one of these meetings, what it would have been like. And I figured it'd probably been something like, well, first of all, I'd be sitting around in their little circle jerk, if you will. And I figured they'd say, "Ron, how many times do you have sex a week?" Because I was in Texas, of course. All right? And I say, 2 to 3. All right, he'd say, "How many times do you have sex?" I say, 2 to 3. A day? No. A week? No. A month? Sure, if I'm lucky. "Boy, what the hell, you ain't got no problems. You come back when you got a rash, chafing, bleeding, or some kind of STD. This is for people with real problems." So, needless to say, I found out that I indeed am not a sex addict. Turns out that my fiance was just a bitch and stopped caring about my needs. Yeah, so we went from being engaged to disengaged shortly after that. Now, while I'm on the topic of sexual stuff, I was in Puerto Rico a couple months ago. First off, you ever been on the public transportation in Puerto Rico? That's fun. I'm standing there, we're waiting, and it's like kind of being at the Walmart, You know they're going to eventually get to you, you just have no idea when. Okay, but riding the public transportation in Puerto Rico is the closest thing to being part of a porno gangbang that I've ever experienced, quite frankly. And what I mean by that is, you're in there and I'm holding on to the pole. You got bodies pressed up against you from all sides, You might have to clench up a little bit too or you'll catch a finger, trust me. Alright? So, and as soon as you get one person that gets off or walks away, gets off the bus, you got another one pressed up right up against you. They slide right in. You know what I mean? No warning, no, "Hey, I'm coming in." Get ready. Nothing like that. And then you got these damn kids that are all over the place. They'll jump up on the pole if there's room above you too, for that matter. Speaking of the kids, I'm holding on to the pole there, and I feel a little nudge in my leg. Like, what the hell? I look down, think it's going to be a kid. Sure enough, I see this little midget girl, and she's like, "Excuse me, Poppy, I need to practice for tonight." It's a little stripper girl, right? So she needs a little time on the pole. All right, so she's like, "Can I get a little room?" So I was like, "Shit, is that enough?" "That's all I need." Right? So then anyways, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to hinder her because, being in Puerto Rico, a stripper pole, it's not like the U.S. where, every girl can have a recreational stripper pole at a fair price, you know what I mean? And of course, she's got to probably work twice as hard to get a head above the rest of the strippers. Thank you. So and like I said, so by the time you get off of the bus, I'm covered in sweat, other people sweat, and who knows what other bodily fluids I picked up along the way. All I want is a shower, and forget about the rest of my day. So, which is what I imagine it's like with a porno gangbang. Alright, so now I'm going to switch gears so you don't think everything I'm talking about is just sexual related. I'll talk about my dog. Some years back when I lived in Ohio where it's cold during the winter, of course, my dog's taking shit, as they gotta do, and I see steam coming from the shit. And I see this day after day, and I start to think to myself, I say, man, I wonder if that would work with humans too. Well, let me tell you folks, the only thing that was steaming was the old lady after I shit in her bushes. Alright, I'm Ryan K. I thank you guys.